What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy. Welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video we have got a little bit of stuff to do with the championship playoffs. But before that, I'm coming back at a weird time. There's going to be an update video hopefully out today or tomorrow discussing what my channel's going to be doing up until the launch of next season's FPL, where I can start doing sort of tips, tricks and all sorts of advice type videos when it comes to next season's FPL. But I'm going to leave it this season. I've got a few things I want to announce that I might do at the end. I'm not sure, depending on the reception. And if you do hear anything outside, the windows are open, it's summer, let it be, just let it be. But today we're talking about the championship. We're not talking about an update, that'll be later. And talking about where it stands, because at the moment it's a very, very weird predicament we're in. Because, like I say, last season we were the only club that's made it in from last season. Brighton automatically went up. Hull obviously beat us in the final, in which, it's not nice to look back on, but they deserve to on the day. I can admit that. And we've also got Derby, who, didn't make it this year. Didn't really have a too good season. Decided to appoint McLaren at one point, so serves them right, really. But this season, it's a different one because both games are going into the second leg with everything to play for. It was 2-0 Sheffield Wednesday going into the second leg last year, and we could hold out. We held out for a 1-1 draw. Derby County lost 3-0 at home to Hull and only managed to get 2-0 back away from home, which really, I think, hindered them because they had to go out and go for it. Same with Brighton, they couldn't play the game plan. They had to think, well, I've got to go more attacking. Whereas this time it's 1-1 and 0-0. And it makes it really interesting going into it. I'm going to start off with the one I don't really have any bias for, which is Fulham and Fulham and Reading. Now, if we go on to the odds to get promoted, Fulham and Sheffield Wednesday are on equal odds and the favourites to go up out of the two ties, and Huddersfield and Reading are on exactly the same as well. If I change it from decimal to fractional, we're 8-15 to go up, and Reading and Huddersfield are 9-2. That's Fulham and Sheffield Wednesday are our favourites, but it's a very interesting one because you've got to look at the fact of who do I think will go up. Personally, I feel like the final will be Sheffield Wednesday and Reading, and I do feel like, without putting any bias into it, I feel like we are the stronger team at going into things. Now, to back that up, we're going to start on Fulham and Reading, a tie that many people thought at home Fulham would win that one, be able to go to Reading, probably do what we did, sort of win that one at home, go to Reading and just hold out away from home, maybe get a draw, go through to the final. But fortunately enough, I have a little bit of inside knowledge. The only two times I've been to Sheffield Wednesday this season are Fulham away and Fulham at home. I'm not a member, so call me a Tin Pot fan all you want. I couldn't afford to and just didn't get round to it during the season. But I was fortunate enough to see them away from home. To be honest, both teams let themselves down. Fulham couldn't really finish things. But we decided to go 1-0 up and sort of sit back a bit, although I feel like we deserved more out of the game than the 1-1 draw gave us. Going to the home fixture, that's when I thought Fulham aren't as strong as people think they are, and I wouldn't be surprised if Reading beat them at home and go through to the final. Reason being is that Fulham put out a relatively strong side against us. Yes, they may have rested a few players, but they still had, quite a strong side out. Us, on the other hand, we made 10 changes. We made 10 changes. The only player keeping in place was Kieran Lee, who came off after 60 minutes. And they struggled to beat us 2-1. Bearing in mind, at the end of the first half, we had a straight red card for Marco Matthias. They played, 45 minutes against our second strength side, or their first strength side, and 45 minutes against 10 men second strength side at Sheffield Wednesday, and only managed to grab one goal. Granted, we were defending the entire time, but just one goal. And we looked good. Up until that point, I feel like we could have maybe nicked a win, 2-1, maybe even 2-1 if they were going for it a bit at the end, grab a third, if Marco Matthias wasn't an idiot and won us the early summer holiday. And it begs the point now that now Reading have got the home fixture, are they going to be favourites? Because Reading, they've sort of gone unnoticed. They are the team that's not really, and you talk about Sheffield Wednesday, we were there last year, we've got the experience to go into the playoffs. If we go after the playoff final this time, I feel like nerves got us last time, and many fans saw it as a nice day out. This time we're thinking, we can win here, and we are favourites here. I think many people didn't really give us a chance against Hull, but I would probably tip Reading to go up. They're going relatively unnoticed. They're people that are, they're talking about them least. And again, Reading went down to 10 men, and Fulham again failed to really break them down with any purpose. Reading, they didn't play too well. They had one chance and scored it, and that was about it. Fulham had lots of chances, had lots of good play. Granted, the goal was great movement, poor save from the keeper. Without a poor save from the keeper, if he touches it away elsewhere, that could have been a 1-0 win for Reading going into the second leg. Who knows what that would have done to the tie. Reading, unfortunately, did concede for them. Tom Kenny coming in, and he is a good player. If anyone is, Fulham do go through to the final, he's the player that could give you a Mo Diarmé moment. Which last season he just bangs on him for 30 yards and thinks, yep, that's it, final one, I'll take that 1-0. Tom Kenny is that sort of player. That's why Fulham are still dangerous no matter what. In the next game, coming up tonight actually, and in the game at Wembley if they do get through. But for that tie, I'll tip Reading to go through. And then onto the tie that I probably have a slight bias about, Sheffield Wednesday versus Huddersfield. Now, many people, look of it will see, 0-0, a bit of a dodgy result for both teams. I wasn't impressed with the way we set up, but obviously Carlos has a plan. Carlos Carvalhal, the manager of Sheffield Wednesday, decided to effectively park the bus. And although I wasn't happy with it, it made for a very boring 90 minutes. I feel like he would have liked to have gone on the counter, maybe got a goal, but he lacked cutting edge. Stephen Fletcher, to be honest, we weren't very good going forward. Stephen Fletcher wasn't very good. Fernando Forestieri was a bit absent in that game. I feel like if Fletcher's going to play, he needs Hooper next to him. If Hooper isn't going to play and he's injured, I think Fletcher has to get out of the team personally. I'll get onto that for tomorrow's video. Another video, by the way, is going to be what I want to happen in the playoff semi-finals, and if we win, then the finals. But yeah, it's an interesting one because we are now at home. Huddersfield are now, the odds have gone right up on Huddersfield's. We have got our odds slashed down to Fulham's odds, and I do put us as favourites. I think if we can get playing under the roaring Hillsborough, it is something we can do. And the commentators kept on alluding to the fact that if they need to get if Huddersfield get an early goal, they can see it out because they've started to play more defensive in the last few games. But the last few games have been pretty poor. Right, they have their first team goalkeeper back, but if we are playing well, I don't think they can stop us. We beat them twice in the season. One of them was for a Fernando Forestieri penalty away from home, and at home we beat them 2-0. Ross Wallace strike and then a kind of fluky goal, have to admit. But I'll definitely put us as favourites. And as the final, I don't think it matters who we face. We have the experience because I feel like last season you look at the 4 teams that are in there now. Sheffield Wednesday, I think we would expect ourselves to get at least top 6, maybe go for automatic promotion, let ourselves down in the midway from January, February sort of time. We let ourselves down a bit. Fulham, it's almost like a story of us. It's sort of come slightly unexpectedly. Same with Huddersfield. David Wagner said top 12 at the start of the season. Now they're in the top 6. So I think those two, they sort of maybe would get to Wembley and the occasion might get to them. I think Reading, they can play the football, the boring type of passing, the triple P I call it, pointless passing play. If they can get that out of the way, they can unsettle teams. So I don't think they'll be too much bothered. I don't think they'll be bothered too much by the final. And as for us, I feel like we've got the experience from last time. So the players that have been at the club from last time, you've got like the Kieran Lees, the Bannon, the Forestieris, the Hoopers. If any of them play, you've got the Westwood, Lees, Louvens at the back. I feel like they'll be pretty suited. They've played at Wembley once and sold out our side of the seats. I don't know about Hull because it looked pretty empty that end, and we'll sell out again no matter what. Hopefully I'll be there. I'm not a member, like I say. Hopefully I'll be able to get tickets. I'll vlog it most definitely. But begs the question, who do I think will go up realistically? And I won't put any bias into it. I do think we are favourites to go up. If anything, if I'm taking us out of it, I feel like Reading. Definitely, I think Reading will most probably win against Fulham. So the odds that they've been given on getting promoted, I feel like stick a fiver on that. You'll be able to cash it out even if they beat Fulham for a little bit of a profit. But that's just my view on the playoffs. I do think, if we're looking at the ties for tonight and also tomorrow, I think Reading will beat Fulham maybe by 1 goal or 2 goals to 0. But also, like I say, players like Tom Kearney need to be, carefully marked against because they can be incredibly dangerous, as I have nightmares about with Mo Diarmé. And as for us, if we get a good start, we get Hillsborough roaring, or get an early goal maybe, I feel like Huddersfield stand no chance. But again, Huddersfield can come out, silence us, and they can easily go through. Same with Fulham. It's all to play for, which makes it even more exciting for the next 2 games. Screw the Premier League. We've only got top 4 to worry about for that, and chances are no one's going to drop any points, so leave it be. But thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know who do you think is going to go up. Who do you want to go up? Hopefully Sheffield Wednesday for me. And who do you want to go up? Out of Fulham or Sheffield Wednesday being equal favourites to go up, and Huddersfield and Reading not really be given a chance. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and peace.